Well, it's been a while and it's been very eventful, I can certainly say that. Hello everyone, welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2, here at Liverpool. And as said from last time, if you didn't watch the last episode all the way to the end, we are in Season 4 here at Liverpool. We've done it all, we've won it all. So we have, in this season, gone all the way through. We started off the season last time, won the Community Shield, won our opening game of the season, didn't win a gold medal at the Olympics, but we've gone all the way through to December, and we are now on December the 26th, Boxing Day 2028. And, well, I mean, a lot has happened since last time. As you can see there, we are top of the league. Not what this is. It's been good, but not great. We'll talk about that in a second. But we have to start in on this page first of all. Not this page, the finances page. No, it's not. It's the Club Vision page. Well, we'll look at the finances page. We'll come back to that in a second. But Club Vision is where we're going to have to start, because if we look at the old board screen, we can see that we are no longer owned. The club is no longer owned by John W. Henry. The American businessman has sold up. He's sold the club to Mazhi Lam, a businessman from London, which, I mean, connotations of that one. It's not Mike Ashley though, so that's okay. But yeah, he's bought the club, and well, I don't know. I'm not really very happy about it, to be honest. And I think it's probably confirmed my decision that was already made, that this will be my final season, our final season here at Liverpool. He's joined the club. I put some footage on the screen because it's happened a little bit of a while ago. He joined the club, and the first thing he said to me was that he wasn't going to invest any money. My job was not under any threat or danger at all. He wasn't going to invest any money, but what he did do, as you can see there, was put in two non-negotiable bids for two players, forcing the transfers of two players who I had never even heard of, who I did not want, and who I have no intention of using. And those two players will be joining us: Elmer Vasquez from Napoli and Andres Arnavs from Bayern Munich, and joining us for a potential £173 million. Now, I'm going to be leaving in the summer, almost certainly, barring anything, unless there's literally no jobs available. I was, we didn't spend very much money last summer, partly because we didn't need to, but also because of the financial situation at the club. Nearly failed FFP. This guy's come in, he's invested nothing, and he's spent 170 million potentially. I mean, it will at least be 130, 140 million. I don't understand it. Now, these players they're good, don't get me wrong, they're good players, but I mean, they've not really had good seasons. Not really done much. This guy's not done much in his career so far, really. I mean, he's a deep line playmaker. He's got 2 assists, and his best seasonal rating is 7.05 in Peru. He's still only 23, but it's just not the kind of player I'd necessarily get. And similar situation for the other guy, Arnavs. Again, well, he's naturally an attacking midfielder, which we don't even use. And he can play in a Mazzala role. Not great finishing. 20 passing is amazing, but otherwise, yeah, I would not have signed either of them, and certainly not for the price. So the fact is, they're going to join. If there's no space in our squad registration, certainly for the Champions League, these two are going to be missing out. No option to cancel, no say in it at all. The owner's just brought them in and is expecting me to be happy about it, but I'm not going to be happy about it. And yeah, no, just not on really. But what has been on is the football. Until very recently, we'll talk about that, but it has gone, for the most part, very, very... You can see our recent form there. I'm going to have to... Well, it's not good, but before that, it's been very good indeed. We are top of the Premier League. We are, after 19 games, the halfway point. We are unbeaten. No defeats in any competitions. Seven draws, which is a concern. It is a concern. Most of those have come recently. As you can see, we were about 10, 12 points clear. We're now only 2 points clear of Spurs at what is a very mixed up table for the most part. Man United have recovered. Bournemouth in 4th, which you love to see. Man City under Diego Simeone, the end of Marcelo Bielsa's era at the club, down in 6th. Not had a great time, really. Not had a great time. And Chelsea as well. Disastrous season for them so far. 12th place. They've sacked Gareth Southgate and appointed Steve Clarke, which is surely going to help things. Cardiff also, and Crystal Palace really, having a competition to see who can do even worse than Reading last year. Reading, of course, last year finished on 8 points, the worst record ever. Cardiff, after 19 games, have 1 point. Palace have 6, so that's slightly better, but truly terrible. But anyway, it's been a blast. To start off with, was really good. This game in particular, 3-1 win against Bournemouth, which I thought was quite a poor performance, ended up being amazing in the context of how well Bournemouth are doing at the moment. They took the lead early on. We fought back later on. Salah and then Colin Nicholson and Marko Vujovic. The Nicholson goal was all about Vujovic. Incredible passing and an incredible run from him. He got injured shortly after that and has been completely useless ever since, to the point that I actually had to fine him for being so bad. But he was great in that one. He got us the points in that one. A 1-0 win against Derby. Marco Sinchek getting that one. And then a couple of draws with Everton and Man United. A little bit concerned. But then a good winning run here. Champions League, we have won the group with 4 points clear. We drew 1 game. But otherwise, full set of wins in that one. Dortmund going through, Milan going out as well. Our opponents in the quarter-final of the Champions League will be Borussia Monchengladbach, our former club, one of our former clubs. That is going to be interesting. Lots of teams you wouldn't necessarily expect to be in there. AZ Alkmaar getting in there, Celtic getting all the way there, and PSG, of course, under the stewardship of Neil Lennon, will now face his former club, which is interesting. We're doing the same thing against Mönchengladbach. But anyway, this winning run was very, very good indeed. Some excellent controlled performances against some of the teams who have been our rivals. 2-0 against our former club, Leicester City. Of course, an excellent 2-0 win against Manchester City away from home at the Etihad. Nicholson and Paqueta getting the goals in that one. A 2-0 win against one of our mortal enemies, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Vujovic did actually score in that one. A very good performance against Spurs to get the job done there against the team who were a bit far off, but now they've come back into it. Unfortunately, again, 2-1 win against Chelsea. Very good performance there too, and it's been good for the most part. Not scoring as many goals as I'd like, but overall some really good performances all over the park. Until recently, when, as you can see, it's gone a bit wrong. We have drawn 4 of our last 5 in the Premier League. We beat Leeds, good. A 1-0 win there, Nicholson getting the goal. I then didn't play it for a few days. I've come back before recording now and played all of these games. We've won 1, and it was a 1-0 win against Scunthorpe in the League Cup quarter-final. They nearly equalised in the final minute of injury time, which would have been, I would have probably thrown something out the window. But we did actually hold on in that one. But yeah, these games are, well, I'm not going to swear, but let's look at this Newcastle game. I genuinely have never seen anything that bad. That is the worst FMing I've ever seen, certainly that I can remember. 17 shots on target, hit the woodwork twice, 3 clear-cut chances. They had 3 shots in total. They scored with 2 of them, which were the only 2 on target. Unbelievably ridiculous, and not bettered, but sort of similarly, this one, West Ham, 4 clear-cut chances for us, 1 for them. Obviously it's 2-2, not as bad, but not good. Alisson having he got a really bad rating. I'm not really sure why. He didn't really do anything wrong. Lefebvre gave away a penalty, which sort of ruined everything. But overall, it is going well. We are top of the Premier League. As you can see, we're through in the Champions League. We're into the semi-finals of the League Cup against Tottenham. And of course, the FA Cup hasn't kicked off yet. That will start today. So it's been pretty good. It's also been pretty good with Brazil as well. We've played 6 qualifiers and we have won every single one of those matches. And we have done so with absolute stealth. What is that? 23 goals scored, none conceded, including against Argentina. And the end result of that one is that we are the first team to qualify for the World Cup other than the hosts, Italy, and we've done it a lot earlier than everyone else is going to do it, which is very nice to see. So yeah, I mean, that's sort of a compressed view of what's happened so far this season. It's been good. It's looking good. Remember, we only need to win 1 more trophy, and then we will have got 10 trophies in our time at Liverpool, which would be very nice indeed. very nice indeed. I would be disappointed if we don't win at least one more. Now, as for jobs, we've not got any jobs in the pipeline, no jobs, anything like that. But I do have my eye on one in particular, which I think we mentioned before. But Barcelona are having a pretty poor time of it. They're currently in 4th in La Liga, which by their standards is dreadful. They are already at this stage 15 points off Real Madrid. They're in contention for second place. That's all they're in contention for. They were down as low as 8th the last time I checked. It's Madrid are the dominant force. It's that simple. Now, if Barcelona want to dispense with their manager, that's something I might be interested in, but only if we can negotiate it so we take over at the end of the season. I don't want to leave mid-season while we're on for a lot of good stuff. If it starts going south and we keep drawing games or losing games, then we might have to maybe change our mind if we suddenly can't win anything. But at the moment, we're on for 4 more trophies potentially, so we've got to stay for that. Anyway, then, we are going to play a game today. As said, it will be Manchester City in the Premier League. And then, after that, I think we'll sort of see probably just that game today. We've got the FA Cup against Exeter, and we've got the semi-final of the League Cup coming up. We've got Spurs in there as well. I mean, that's a pretty big one. I think we'll see what happens in this one. I was kind of expecting City to really be our title rivals. That's obviously not happened. They're down in 6th. But we'll play them today. We'll see how things shake up after that, and then the next one will be the next episode will be at some point. We'll sort of see how things are going. Anyway, it's Boxing Day. We're playing the evening kickoff match, so we're hopeful for everyone else close to us to lose. Chelsea have lost, which is not good because United are right up there in contention. What we want is for Spurs to lose, and also Bournemouth as well, but mainly Spurs. They are the team that is sort of really the closest challengers so far, although United are doing very well. And do we get any such luck from that one? Spurs don't lose, but they draw with Leeds, which is good news. Now let's have a look at that, and it means that I said it was good news. I didn't really appreciate how close United were. So yeah, we're 1 point clear now, but it could be 4 points if we beat Man City today. If we draw with them, then at least it will be 2. Let's just beat them. They've been rubbish this season. Absolutely dreadful. We've already beaten them at the Etihad. Can we get the job done today? Now the team, as you can see, looking pretty good. Everyone over a 7. In fact, everyone over a 7.1, except for Bentancur, but he's not really been playing just because De Jong was suspended. And De Jong is well over a 7.1. But Alisson in goal, of course he isn't because he's a goalkeeper and goalkeepers don't get anything nice. But Ulrich has done very well. Foucher, Lefebvre and Alexander-Arnold. If Lefebvre has probably been the weak point, he's no Virgil van Dijk. He's good. He's very good and he's very young and he's got a lot of potential. He's not Virgil van Dijk. Virgil he's definitely been missed. But De Jong, Salvador, Paqueta continuing their excellence in midfield. Vujovic on the right has improved a bit since I fined him. He scored against Arsenal recently. But yeah, his morale has gone down a bit. I think he's still being tapped up by Madrid and Barcelona. And if I was going to stay at Liverpool, I'm going to praise his conduct just so he's happier. If I was going to stay at Liverpool, I would probably sell him because while he is amazing, he's gone down to 4.5 stars, which is obviously still phenomenal. But he's just, I think it says it in his coach report, doesn't it? Yeah, he doesn't enjoy big matches. But I would say he's inconsistent. We talked about this before. He does enjoy big matches. He doesn't enjoy small matches. He's just so inconsistent, and it's just frustrating to watch. I mean, his return has been excellent in terms of goals and assists. Don't get me wrong, but he should be so much more given the kind of player he actually is. But anyway, he's going to be there. Richard, of course, on the left, and Nicholson up front. I'm looking at the recent form for most of our attacking players, indeed the entire squad really, apart from Trent and De Jong. But yeah, not bad by any means, but the recent form hasn't been particularly glowing. I mean, we've got the 2 new boys coming in. Maybe we do play them. I don't know. I'm going to criticise some of these boys ahead of this. We've done a team meeting as well, just to sort of say we're not playing badly, but we're just being a bit sloppy. We've thrown away a good 6 points in recent weeks. We were beating West Ham, we were beating Newcastle, and we were beating Arsenal as well. So that's minimum 6 points that we've just binned off. I want to see more. I expect to see more. Right, maybe a little bit of complacency was kicking in, but let's see what we can do here. As we said, City have been dreadful this season, having been dethroned after 7 years at the top. They've got a new manager, Diego Simeone. He's been in charge of Atletico Madrid for it must be almost 20 years. So it's got to be something. I'm gonna have to check that. It's got to be something ridiculous. But he's moved clubs now, and he's not having the easiest time of it. When did he take over Atletico? Yeah, 2011, and he got sacked last year, 2028. So 17 years in charge of Atletico Madrid. Alex Ferguson levels of service, and he's not having the best time of it. Early chance, Ederson makes a simple save though. Nicholson has had a lot of opportunities recently where he's just sort of been rubbish. He went on an amazing run against West Ham, incredible run, and then just shot into the crowd. It was dreadful. We've scored though. It's Marko Vujovic, the man we were telling off, the man I was criticising, with his 9th of the season, so not a bad goal return by any means, but Marko Vujovic opens the scoring here against City. I don't want to get carried away. We have led, as I said, we've led our last 3 league matches, and we didn't win them. So, keep your fingers crossed. But admittedly, 2 of those were away from home, so who knows. De Jong with a free kick whips it in. Ederson gets down to make the save. Nicholson has done something ridiculous, and now Radu is able to break. Can we get a tackle in on him, please? Someone get a tackle in him. De Jong doesn't get a tackle in him, and we've given away a penalty. For some reason, there was no danger on. Lautaro Martinez scores the penalty, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Nicholson has missed at point blank range. We've got to go back and watch it, and then they've gone down the other end, and we've just given away a penalty for absolutely no reason at all. There was no danger on. Right, what happened with this? So the free kick comes in from De Jong. Right, De Jong puts the free kick in. Nicholson has somehow managed to get it on the post, and then if he'd put it wide, this wouldn't have happened. If he'd scored, that would have been good, but if he just put it wide, that wouldn't have... Ugh. Right, back to square one. 1-1 again. This keeps happening. It keeps happening. Vujovic is giving us the lead again with an absolutely wonderful goal. So he clearly doesn't enjoy being fined. I fined him 1 day's wages. That's obviously, it's got to him. Takes it on the turn, beats the challenge. That's absolutely stunning. So if I was staying, maybe I wouldn't sell him if he keeps doing stuff like that. That was brilliant. And apparently he doesn't like big matches. As I've said, he does like big matches. He only likes big matches. Salvador, can he make it 3? Ederson with another save. Can we keep ourselves concentrated on this and not throw it away, please? Just don't do anything stupid. We took the lead twice against West Ham, twice against Newcastle, and both times we binned it off. It's not been enough. But at half time, we do have the lead. We're dominating again. We're dominating the stats. So many shots on target that we are not converting. That is the big problem. We didn't take the lead twice against West Ham. They took the lead first of all. We only took the lead once in that one. But anyway, we're coming forwards again. Can we get a 3rd goal, please? Just that would be nice. Vujovic on a hat trick does not score. This is a very dodgy looking throw in from near our own corner flag, really. But we're working it through, and we've got away with it. Vujovic up to Richard, scores. Thank you. Okay, team meeting. Tell the players off. Seems to be helping. Jordan Richard, he's not as good as Mohamed Salah, to be fair, but he's dropped off a little bit. We're going to have to play Richard. Salah's not ready to start every game. He's not able to start every game anymore. But Richard doing a decent job. Right, this is absolutely vital that we win this. We can then move the gap back to 4 points. It should be a lot more than that. It should be 20 points or something. That would be good. That would be nice and fun and easy. For me, it wouldn't be fun, I suppose, from an entertainment perspective. Anyway, time's going away. I've not made any subs. We don't need to. We've got the FA Cup coming up, so I'll be playing a fully rotated team the boys who managed to scrape past Scunthorpe by a goal to nil. It's not over yet. Chilwell, Unava, Lautaro Martinez has scored again, and there's still a minute of normal time. I mean, we just absolutely carved open here. Defensively, not as good, and then not converting chances. We're getting away with it for the most part, but there's 3 minutes left, and if I make a sub, will it just make more time? It will. Let's just leave it. There we go. It's left. We've won. They've had 4 shots on target and scored 2 goals. We've had 14 and scored 2. That's the problem. Defensively, question marks. Offensively, chance creation, phenomenal. Converting of chances, no. But we have won. It's Liverpool 3, Manchester City 2, and we are still top of the Premier League, 4 points clear. So I can't really make any actual sort of complaints about anything, really. We are also unbeaten after 20 games. So again, I can't actually complain about that, really, can I? Right, Marco says he's going to continue to work hard and impress us. I mean, it's big words, which I'm going to hold him to. But there we go. We end 2028 with a Premier League victory against the team who have been our closest rivals, really, throughout this 4-year period. Although maybe not anymore. Well, we don't end the year, do we? We've still got the FA Cup is being played in December. That's weird. That's very weird. Anyway, you will find out what happens in that one next time. We've gone through quite a lot of information in this one. We've gone through a lot of time. Next time we will be back probably relatively closer. We're not just going to go all the way to the end of the season. I think what we'll do is, it depends how the League Cup semi-final goes, really. Because if we make the League Cup final, that is what we'll be back for. Although really we should play Spurs. I don't know. We could just come back. We could come back for Spurs, maybe with Leicester, maybe with Wolves. I mean, Wolves are not playing very well. Leicester are playing quite well, but then they're both away games. I don't like away games. I really am very sick of away games. I think it could actually change based on the FA Cup draws. So we'll sort of think about it. We might come back for the Spurs League game. We'll see. I'll see what's happening with all sort of how things are shaking up. Otherwise, if we make the League Cup final, we'll be back for that. Potentially with something to do with the Borussia Monchengladbach. Potentially something like that. Man United, by the way, final game of the season. So that could be pretty tasty indeed. But yeah, we're not going to go all the way to the end. We'll be back relatively soon, sooner than we were before, as we get towards the business end of the season. We will keep an eye on how things are going. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching that compressed big section of the season, a few months of action there. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss what happens in the rest of the season. Can we win 4 trophies? Can we win 1? I'll be happy with 1. Thank you very much for watching. Again, I've said that so many times, and I will see you next time.